Okay, we might as well start with our sanitary lines off of our water closets, our urinals, and our sinks, and get our vertical stack in there. What I want to do is tile some views, I think. We'll have a plan view and a 3D view, and I still have my file open from the previous project where we cut and pasted that image. So let's go first and hit my close hidden windows, or you can go up to view and say close hidden, and that closes all the extra windows. And then what I'm going to do is go over here to my switch windows, or I can pick switch windows off of here, switch over to that other project that I cut and pasted from, and just hit close on that, and I don't need to save anything in there. So inside of here, I'll open up my floor plan, and then I'll go tile, and I'll tile my views. Okay, there's my nice floor plan that I've cropped, and there's my 3D view. Now, getting the pipes in here is actually a little bit of a challenge because it's in such close proximity. And if we do go check our drafting view, you can see that inside of here. And I'm not even sure if that is a proper way to do the piping, but you'll notice that this comes up and there's a T connection, but this T is not the one that gets placed by default. It doesn't even actually, it'll error out on you because there's not enough room here to actually create that pipe with the T with the larger flanges. So you'll notice this T here is a more hardy or less heavy duty kind of accessory or fixture component in there. So we want to just take note of that. And that's actually our challenge. If you try to model this the way it is here, it just is tricky. So we have to kind of tackle that. So that's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick in here and we're going to start with drawing, we can pick whichever one of these toilets we want, but we're going to draw one and then we're going to draw it extra long and then pull it back and then do some changes to it that way. So we can pick on this toilet and we're going to right click at this connector and say draw pipe. It's going to inherit the pipe type and it's going to ask me, which system do I want, the cold water, because it knows that there's a cold water connector here as well. Sorry, cold water connector right on the back of there. So sanitary 100, which is a 4-inch. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to exaggerate this. I'm just going to go, and I don't want to touch anything. Okay, that's the thing. I can actually take this off and take the automatically connect off and then just kind of drag. I want to go a little more than what I need to. And then I'm going to pick, and it's going to draw that first stem in. And then I'm going to go up in here and type an offset of minus 400. And then I'm going to hit apply. Click, and that's going to put in a vertical stem in there. Hit apply. There it goes. Okay. I'm not sure why I had to pick apply twice. So then I'm just going to hit escape, and stop. So this is what it's kind of given me. You can see that it's got this kind of bigger flange on this fitting inside of here. So what we're going to do now is in the plan view, I'm going to tab. Oh, let's just do this. I'm going to window that vertical pipe and I'm going to use my arrow key and I'm going to nudge it. So I'm going to move it over. Shift, big nudges. Okay, so I'm going to move that so it's back in, but you'll see how we're tight for space in there. So what we're going to do is, I think first what we're going to do is we're going to pick on here. We're going to turn this into a T. So watch, you pick on here, and then you hit this plus button over here. Watch, plus, boom. It's going to put an extra connector on there for us. Okay, and you can see how tight we are for space. It's just not going to fit. So we're going to pick on this fitting and we're going to change it to be a different fitting. We're going to make it this one, generic T, where it says standard, and pick on there. You're going to see it's going to get a lot smaller. Okay, now we're going to be able to, I want to pick in here and I want to grab that vertical pipe. Let's tab to pick it. Tab. It's not letting me pick it. What if I do a window box? Okay, what if I click over here, pick on it here, then pick on this window, and then move my mouse down, and then arrow key, nudge. Okay, see, it's so tight for space. So we're moving that vertical connector pipe, and it's moving the other fitting with it. So you can see that we need to scooch that way down like this. Okay, click out. All that work for just that. Now we can pick on here, right click on the connector, draw a pipe, sanitary please, hit OK, over to this pipe, pick, and then that's it. We can either hit escape or click the modify tool and it stops. And then we've got that. Escape, escape. Now I can go back to here, pick in this window, pick on this guy, come back to here, pick in this window, move my mouse down, and then use my arrow key to nudge that over. Now, it doesn't look like this piece of pipe is connecting to that. Okay, let's maximize this 3D view. Let's go in and examine the situation a little bit. Shift middle mouse. Let's grab this guy. Grab this connector. And then using your shift key to keep it nice and straight, let's drag back and then see if it'll snap to that flange. There we go. I think that's it. Let's just check that. Pick on this pipe. Use my arrow key, nudge. Yeah, nudge, nudge, nudge. So, just to kind of review what we did to get that in there is we drew one piece of pipe coming way out here and then down. Okay, then we kind of pulled it back. Okay, we're going to repeat it over here anyway. And then after we pulled it back, we turned this into a T, and then we turned it into, from an elbow to a T, then we downgraded it to a kind of a smaller fitting. Okay, from there we can pick on here now. I can right click on this and say, draw pipe. And then I can use my shift key and drag over here a certain distance. And look at the 1400. Yeah, 1400 looks about right. 1.4 meters. Okay. And notice that I'm using the minus 400. I'm on the sanitary one. And now let's go up here. Can I pick on my view cube? No, I can't do it. So let's just hit escape on that and leave that there. We could actually copy this over from here to here, but I'd rather redraw it. So a little bit long-winded, but that is a little bit of a challenge, and it just goes to show when things are tight, draw them bigger, make your changes, and then kind of pull them back and do your connections. If things are giving you errors because it's really tight, kind of draw them expanded and then bring them back. Okay, same as I could, again, this elbow here, if I want to downgrade this elbow, I can pick on here. And instead of this particular elbow, I can go down here and say M elbow generic standard or M pipe elbow. I don't know which one is how different. Click on there. So you can always do that after the fact. If you pick on a pipe and change the size of it to be, a 75 or 80, it's going to automatically add the fittings in there for you. So if your pipe isn't the right size, don't worry about it. You can always fix it after. Also, because we started it from here, we do want to make sure that we put it in the system sanitary 1, which is good. And that's it for our first couple water closets, and we'll come back and do the same thing here in our next lesson.